Just very quickly before we proceed with the demonstration, just like to show you the yellow and black version. With previous models it was entirely yellow. As you can see, this time it's just some discrete colouring of yellow, which enables the phone to be easily found in those dark conditions. Okay, so we will now proceed with the demo. Hello and welcome to EnduroMobile.com. Here today we're going to review the new Sonim XP3300 Force IP68 rated mobile phone. So as you can see, this particular one is all black. So if we just take a look around the phone, we have a soft key on the side which takes you straight into your Java applications. You have the charger point, which is a 3.5mm jack headset point. We have the headset, which is now separate. So the reason for that is so you can keep the IP integrity whilst charging or whilst in use with the headset. For today's demonstration, we're going to use a Vodafone UK SIM card, and currently in here we have a 4 gig micro SD card, although it will take up to a 16 gig card. On the left hand side, on the right hand side of the phone, we have another soft key which takes you into your camera and the volume up and down buttons. On the front you can see the oversized buttons, so that it can enable people with gloves on or oversized fingers to maintain full control of the phone. Okay, so let's power the phone up by pressing the red power button. So while we're waiting for that to boot up, if we just take a look on the rear, you can see the Sonim have maintained the battery cover in previous models by utilising the screws to which you tighten and maintains the watertight IP rating of the phone. It is a warning on the battery cover, so not over tight, and that is an issue in the past where people have thought that you needed to tighten as tight as you possibly could with a screwdriver, and then obviously you end up cross-threading the thread. So just a little warning label on there. Okay, so what are the main differences? Well, on this particular model you've got the 1.5mm Gorilla Glass. The actual design of the phone is an improvement again. The aesthetics of it somewhat more pleasing, although some will still say it looks a bit of a brick, but such as a tough phone that it is, you can't have everything. So we're straight into the menu items. So obviously you have your call history, call settings. If you go into the settings, you can obviously change all the parameters of the phone. Now obviously you've got your phone memory, which is not particularly large, 63 meg, but then obviously as I put in a 4 gig memory card, you can see the memory card there. And if we just scroll in, we can obviously look at all the different settings and files of the memory card, non-relevant to this particular phone, as I've just put that in. Profiles, obviously as you would expect, flight, silent, outdoor, meeting, general, all can be configured. Browser, well at the minute the browser isn't set up, so I'm going to go through that in a few minutes. Music, you can put your headphones in, list your MP3 which you can download to your PC and then use a PC sync software from Sonim to transfer the files across. You've got the camera, which is a 2 megapixel camera, which has been standard on the Sonim phones. Just scroll out of that. We've got connectivity, obviously Bluetooth, data account and Java, and we'll go into those a little bit later on. And your tools, so you have calendar, alarm, calculator, unit converter, your world clock, which is actually quite a nifty tool for all of those who are travelling around. Sound recorder, notes, stopwatch, text reader, and your Vodafone standard SIM settings. Okay, one of the popular things that we're asked is how to get your contacts from your old phone onto the new Sonim phone. Well, one of the simplest ways is in your existing phone is if you move the contacts straight from your phone to the SIM card and store them on the SIM card. If you enter the phone book and from the menu item, options, and then if you just scroll down to number 13, phone book settings, so click on OK, and then you can simply copy contacts from the SIM to the phone, and that is it. Okay, the Sonim phone comes complete with a 2 megapixel camera, and as standard if you press the right soft key we'll go straight into the camera settings. Now obviously you can just press this center button to take the photograph, but if you go into the options, and as before I mentioned that I've got a 4 gig memory card, so you can effectively change the storage location. So click into storage and select memory card, so that's done. And then if we just take a picture, okay, so options, so we can send that as a multimedia message, as an email, or via Bluetooth. Okay, so if we just come back out of that and back into the menu and go into My Files and the memory card, Images, and you'll see the images that or photograph that I've just taken is now stored on your memory card. So now you could sync the phone to the PC Sync Manager and transfer the file across that way if you wish to store it, or of course you can take the memory card out, put it into your PC and store it on your PC that way. Okay, we're going to take a quick look at the settings menu. There are a variety of options, but if we just look at phone settings, particularly language, so if we click into language, now they are preset as automatic, so depending on your country, as long as that is displayed in the menu, then it will, once you put your SIM card in, it will automatically relate to that particular language. So the ones that come as standard in this that they didn't in the others is Turkish, Russian, Arabic and Chinese. So if we just go back, another excellent feature is hearing aid compatibility, so you can turn that on for those with impartial hearing. But this phone is incredibly loud, and it is a 100 decibel rated phone, which is incredibly loud. Okay, so one of the first things we recommend you do when you receive your new Sonim phone is to set up the internet and MMS functions. The phones come unlocked, so they have no settings for the networks. If you visit enduromobile.com and at the base of the website under Sonim support, there'll be Sonim over-the-air internet setup. It's a 2-minute process, and it will you'll end up texting the relevant network details to your phone. So as we've already done that, we'll go into the inbox and we've got the settings message. It's asking us for a PIN, which it will advise you on the website, which is 3479 in our instance. Press OK. So we need to install the settings, so we just click Install, 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 OK. And that is it. That has now configured the phone for your MMS text, your internet browser, which you will need for your GPS and Java applications, which you can download. Okay, internet browsing, if you press the soft key on the left hand side, you'll see that you have Opera Mini, which is an excellent mini browser for the phone. It's Java based, so we go through the standard initial setup. So if you always click for Don't Ask Again, and then it'll basically install Opera Mini. So once you've gone through the initial process, then it is incredibly quick. So if we just wait a couple of seconds for it to install. Okay, now it's loading up. Okay, as I've said, this is not a 3G phone, so you are using effectively dial-up speeds, but because you've got a mini browser, it shouldn't take too long and should be acceptable to most people. So if we accept, and then of course you can see you've got BBC News, Facebook, which for a lot of people will be an essential application, and maps on Opera. Okay, so as you see, a very useful thing. So now you have your internet functions set up on the phone. We're going to go into applications, we go into Java. So here you can download various Java applications from games, but it has City Cruiser pre-installed on the phone, which is your GPS navigation tool. So if we click into City Cruiser, it does ask you to complete a few install settings, so as we just wait for that to boot up, so as we've got all the internet set up, a new version is available. So we will click to update, click OK, and just keep clicking yes, 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 yes again, and it will now start downloading the updated software for the GPS tracking. So we'll give that a minute and come back in. Okay, so it's now finished downloading, and do we want to give permission? Yes, we do. So as you can see, it's the 100% download, so now it is going to install, and we just keep clicking yes until it gives us exactly what we want. Do you want to launch? Yes, we do. Okay, so City Cruiser. It's a marked improvement from the Land Rover and XP3 Quest Pro. It's a lot easier to use, it's a lot quicker, comes with pre-installed countries, so if we just go through those for you. At the minute there's Germany, Spain, UK, France, USA, Netherlands, Portugal, and you can install and download additional countries, so no matter where you are, there's more than likely country maps for you. So let's take a look at the UK, which is where we're based. So we have to download City Cruiser for United Kingdom. Okay, and as with most things, you just keep clicking OK until the application. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so it's downloading again. So I'll take a couple of seconds, so I'll come back. So these are all initial settings, so once you've actually gone through these, when you press the soft key and go straight into the Java application for the City Cruiser, it'll be a lot quicker. So we don't want to ask again, so if you just select that, OK. Okay, so you've got a few settings, you can change a few preferences. The good thing about it as well is that it has a send location facility, so if you don't want to speak to anyone but you want to let them know exactly where you are, late for a meeting, and you need to send them the current location, you can SMS your location to the customer. Now select your destination. Okay, so we want to put in a zip code, or we can just put in a destination. So if we type in, we'll go for Leeds, because that's relatively local to ourselves. And we're done. OK, and click OK. So now it's bringing up the mapping data of where we are. So even though we're indoors, it has actually located us quite accurately. So once we get into the vehicle, it will then be able to guide us through to our destination. Of course, it'll take a couple of minutes, but nevertheless, it's still a useful function for a tough phone. Okay, so we've entered our telephone number, and we just simply send that across. It just gives you a notification that it's going to use your airtime. So now it's just, we've actually sent it to ourselves, so you can see how quick the message is sent. So actually, if we now go out and just have a look, hi, my current location with your coordinates. So if anyone's wanted to look on a Google Maps or something of similar nature, they can do so.
So here we are demonstrating the City Cruiser GPS on the XP3300 Force. As you'll see, the mapping data is streamed to the phone, so as you make your progression, the mapping is updated. So you're not actually installing all of the full mapping data into your phone, it's purely streaming using the data side of the network, which on most contract phones is free of charge, up to a certain megabyte rating. Okay, that's a clear indication of the mapping data.
So that concludes the review of the XP3300. I hope it hasn't been too boring. I know a lot of people always have questions for this particular product, so I hope we've covered the majority of them. Thank you very much. Don't forget to visit enduromobile.com to purchase your XP3300 Force.